Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again with another episode of the Chelsea Career Mode here on Xbox One. We're into episode number 78. It's Friday and it's the end of the week. Now, if you want to get yourself some Ultimate Team coins, then check the link in the description to footcoinking.com. If you head over there and use the code CHES, C-H-E-S, at checkout, you can get yourself a 5% discount. And it's an automated instant service. You get your coins within seconds. Now, as you can see, we're 9 points clear at the top of the Barclays Premier League, playing against second-placed Manchester City in the opening game of the day. Now, it's an extremely important game, and not only for us but for them as well. Of course, we were in for Neymar during the transfer window, and we've selected to go for Sergio Aguero from Bayern Munich instead, and he was involved in our opening goal of the game. After just 6 minutes, we were able to take the lead through a rather odd circumstance. Arturo Vidal just had a normal header from the edge of the box, and I didn't expect it to go in the slightest. I, in fact, was annoyed at myself for shooting, but for some reason, Joe Hart decided to run completely past the ball and then dive back the other way. The third angle shows it a lot better. If you watch Joe Hart, he turns his back on the ball as he runs away. Watch him. Turns away from the ball there as he's running away, then suddenly realises, oh shit, it's going back the other way. Dives, can't get anywhere near it, and Chelsea take a 1-0 lead. Not the most obvious way to get in front in a game, but still, I guess we'll take it. And Neymar's involved in them coming forward this time, obviously trying to prove that we missed out when we chose not to sign him. And he has a point to prove against us and against me in particular. And you guys probably want him to prove a point against me as well, because you were slightly annoyed that I didn't sign him and I went for Sergio Aguero instead. But Hiwula or Hiwula, I'm not even sure how to pronounce his name. I don't think he's actually a real player. I think he's a regen. Hiwula. He plays up top for City, and he was involved there, having that shot that came off the bar. And then, in fact, he's going to get them back on level terms in just the 28th minute. An innocuous ball over the top, but Czech rather ludicrously comes out to try and claim when this defender's in the way, and Hiwola, I don't know how to pronounce it, but he puts them back on level terms with a lofted header into the back of the net, which kind of annoyed me really, because a win here would pretty much guarantee us the Premier League title, and Danilo almost got a decent shot away there as a second attempt, but unfortunately it was blocked well by the defender. Sherlock was the corner in. Jerome Boateng misses the initial header. Modric has the shot, drops to Marco Reus. Can he find a shot? No, he finds Arturo Vidal, who does get the shot away, but it's straight at Joe Hart, and he makes another fantastic rebound save to keep us out. But we're not done for the first half yet. We've still got some more chances going. This was a real thriller of a game. I really enjoyed playing it, actually. It was quite a tough test. If you remember when we played Manchester City away from home, it was actually a really, really tough game. They absolutely dominated me, and it ended in a 0-0 draw. Now, we're drawing here so far, but can Jerome Boateng put us back in front? No, he cannot. It's a great header and only just a whisker over the bar, as you'll see from the replay. Literally an inch or two in it between going over and hitting the bar and coming down into the back of the net. So unfortunately, we had to head into the second half at 1-1, but we were able to get the possession back. Here was a loose clearance from Man City. Andre Schürrle picks up on it after the header from Rafael Varane, finds Eden Hazard. Great feat to get around the defender. Decent shot, but again, Joe Hart comes up, trumps for Man City, and he dives down to his right-hand side. A great reaction save, palms it away, and unfortunately, nothing came of that final effort. But we're into stoppage time at the end of the second half. Can City fashion something? David Silva with the shot. Czech with a firm palm away. Kind of back into danger, but we do get it clear. But then it's the defender that mucks up. Eva Banega going to absolutely walk around 3 different challenges. Tears me apart. Has the shot and it hits the base of the post and goes away. And eventually we're able to scramble it clear. So we are going to pick up 1 solitary point at home against Manchester City as the final whistle goes. And that pretty much guarantees us a large lead and a comfortable lead at the top of the Barclays Premier League table. Surely it's only a matter of time now before we actually clinch what is rightfully ours, and we finally, for the 3rd attempt, are able to crown ourselves Barclays Premier League champions. But we're going to need a good result against Aston Villa if we are going to build on that solid performance against City. If City had won that really would have thrown the title back in the balance, but you'll be able to see from the league table that's just about to pop up on your screen any minute now. There's 4 games to go. Rephrase that. There's 5 games to go, and we are 9 points clear. 5 games to go, 15 points available. So if we can get 6 points in the next 2 games, then you'd pretty much say we are guaranteed to get the title. So I was hoping to get off to a good start here, but unfortunately Ramirez just whacked his shot all the way over the top of the bar. And it's not really Ramirez's strong point, those breakaway kind of counter-attack chances where he's going to have the shot from the edge of the box. But mesmerising feat from Oscar just leaves the defender in a heap on the floor, but unfortunately he couldn't find the finish to go hand in hand with the beautiful skill, and we stay at 0-0. But Ramirez involved again. That's what he's better at. He's getting involved in the middle of the park, setting up the counter-attacking chances. Alex Pato's going to race away. Decent shot, but just trickles away past that far post, and he isn't quite able to give us the lead that we so crave. But we're going to have another chance before half-time. Both games so far absolutely filled with chances for both teams. Lucas Piazzon plays down Thomas Callas on the right-hand side. Great cross. Alex Pato goes up, and this time he finds the back of the net. It's Chelsea 1, Aston Villa 0 as we head into half-time. We are able to get ourselves in a good position to try and build on that in the second half, but Villa came at me the other end. Nice shot from Andreas Weimann draws a good save out of Thibaut Courtois, and unfortunately for us, nothing came with the resulting corner either, and we're actually going to have another chance of our own up the other end. Ramirez is breaking away again. Again, another shot. It's not the best. Pato finds himself on the loose ball and then just gets bundled to the ground. You'll see from the replay, the defender sticks his foot in and then puts his arm on the back and pushes Pato down into the ground. So you can see it quite clearly in the replay when it eventually comes here. Watch him just stick the right foot in there, and then his arms on his back, pushes him to the floor. Pato literally face plants the ground, and we pick up a penalty, and he's going to have the chance to pick up his second goal of the game, even though it initially gave it to Lucas Piazzon. But I did change it to Pato because he has not the best penalty taking, but in this rotation side, his penalty stat of 80 is actually better than anyone else in the team. Obviously, if it had been a complete first team, someone like Eden Hazard would have been taking the spot kick, or Marco Reus. But Pato needs absolutely no reason to panic because he can put the ball into the back of the net. Top left-hand corner, Brad Guzan absolutely motionless, and we take ourselves a 2-0 lead. But similar to after the first goal, they came back at us. Silla plays the ball over the top. Have a look at this overhead kick attempt from Darren Bent. That was a shot. I'm going to show you it again, just so you can really fully take in exactly what happened with Darren Bent there. He's going to go for a shot, overhead kick, kicks it away from goal and out for a throw-in. Absolutely ridiculous attempt from Darren Bent. We're actually going to try and catch them on the counter-attack ourselves from that chance. Christian Atsu, really great feat to get around the defender. Luna stands absolutely no chance of catching him. Neither does Morgan Schneidlin. He's so fast, Christian Atsu, 97 sprint speed into Alex Pato. That, Darren Bent, is how you perform an overhead kick. You couldn't have scripted it. Pato grabs his hat trick literally seconds after Darren Bent has tried and failed with an overhead kick, and then Pato tries the exact same thing and rifles the ball into the roof of the net, and we take a 3-0 lead, and Alex Pato is absolutely unstoppable. However, Villa weren't unstoppable. They are going to come down the other end here. Silla involved is actually going to completely school me here. Takes me one way, then comes back the next. Squares the ball to Hernandez, in fact, who rifles the ball into the bottom corner. Really nice finish, and Villa get themselves a not controversial goal. What's the word I'm looking for? Consolation goal. I actually had to pause the commentary there to actually sit there and think to myself, what was the word that I wanted to use? Consolation goal. We end at 3-1. We do take all 3 points from this, which hopefully puts us in a great position to take all 3 points from this game against Southampton and sit 9 points clear at the top of the table with 9 points left available for City to catch us, and our goal difference, I believe, is superior. We will have a quick check on that as the league table comes up in just a second. We always have a look at the league table at the beginning of the beginning of each game. It is superior by 7 goals, so if we can pick up a victory here, hopefully that will guarantee us the Barclays Premier League table, or at least so long as we don't lose every single game by a heavy margin, then we should be able to pick up that trophy. But Marco Reus comes very, very close to getting us an opening goal in the 3rd minute. Nice header, and unfortunately it went wide of the far post. Now Southampton are a side that we may be playing with in the My Player series. If you don't follow that series, or even if you do follow that series, you'll remember from last night the vote is still ongoing as to whether I go to Southampton or to Wolfsburg. So if you want to have your say on that, then check that video out and leave a thumbs up on either the comments in the section saying Southampton or Wolfsburg. That's how the vote is going to be done as I record this. I haven't finalised the vote yet, so it's still ongoing. Also ongoing is still the vote for the next career mode. You'll find a link in the description to the straw poll as I record this. Borussia Dortmund are ahead. We've had about 1,500 votes so far, so if you haven't had your say, head over there and do so. But Southampton are actually going to put a cat amongst the pigeons here, and Maya Yoshida actually puts them 1-0 up in the 67th minute. That wasn't part of the script, was it? We wanted to win this game and get ourselves the Barclays Premier League trophy. Southampton kind of adding a little bit of nerves to the situation now. Wanyama whips the ball in. We get the initial ball clear, but Jason Puncheon receives it, and it is a really, really nice move that he's going to end up with Jay Rodriguez rifling the ball into the back of the net. And in the 81st minute, we find ourselves 2-0 down, and it's a really emphatic finish. You see the way it rebounds off the leg of the goalkeeper, off the post, and then the bar, and it's in fact the spin. You'll be able to see from this second replay, it's the spin that takes the ball into the back of the net. Drogba scored quite a similar goal for Chelsea against Arsenal quite a few years ago now, and it kind of went in off post and bar. That was away at the Emirates. This one, of course, at home against Southampton at Stamford Bridge. Unfortunately, we take a defeat from that one, so we still sit 9 points clear, but City have a game in hand, and our goal difference has gone down to, so it's now only 5 superior to City. And of course, if they win their game to maintain the pressure on us, it will be down to at least 4. So it's going to be a very, very nervy end of season video next Monday. We will have that round up the Barclays Premier League season next Monday. But as for now, that's going to bring this episode to a close, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Leave the video a like if you did enjoy it. Of course, feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. There's links on your screen on the left hand side, in the description, and your normal sub button as well. If you missed the previous episode in this series yesterday, check it out. There's a link to it on the right hand side. Links in the description as well to my Twitter and to my Instagram if you want to follow me over there, and links to Footcoin King as well if you want to get yourself some Ultimate Team coins. But as for now, that's all from me for today. There will be a World Cup Road to Glory video later on this evening. There was that My Player that we previously mentioned went up last night as well, so check that out if you missed it. Check the channel page basically for anything you may have missed over the last few days. But for Friday afternoon, that's all from me. We'll have World Cup later, and then My Player and World Cup RTG tomorrow as well. But as for now, I will see you next time.